market for their exports, they depend on us today. We're their fifth largest exporter. Would you believe that? So the UK economy depends quite a lot on the Irish economy. Yeah, they really do. Jack Lynch was the Prime Minister back in those days. Jack Lynch. The Prime Minister in Ireland is known as the Taoiseach. You've heard the word Taoiseach. And the Taoiseach means the High Chieftain. The High Chief. Better known to you as the Prime Minister. It's the main political office in Ireland. The office of the President is more of a ceremonial office, but the Irish President is the sole guardian of the Irish Constitution and Commander-in-Chief of the Irish Armed Forces. The Uachtaráin is the President, the Irish President is Uachtaráin. He or she has to sign legislation into law, the final signature. But 4000 BC, they were known as the Neolithic people, and besides being great farmers, the Neolithic people were known as the large stone builders. They created these dolmen tombs, these churches, call them what you want, dedicated to the dead. They revered the dead. And they were known as the great megaliths, the great big stone builders. But, like I say, the rest of the history is for another tour. We just touch on it, Just to go back to the Vikings, because like they went to England, Ireland was so handy, they came to Ireland. But they established Dublin as a city, I told you. They introduced us to quite a lot, to coinage and crafts, things like that. And they were around for 180 years. There was great battles with the Vikings and the Irish warriors and chieftains. They didn't get it easy either. And the reason, of course, the Vikings, and the first Vikings to come to Ireland were the Norsemen, the Norwegian Vikings. And the reason the Vikings, the Danish, you name it, came to this part of Europe, the British Isles and Ireland, was because of famine and overpopulation. And they were marauders, they were pilferers. They were bloody bad tourists. They were bad tourists. And that's how we describe them. And, you know, they were banished in the Battle of Clontarf by Brian Boru in 1066. They came back again because Brian Boru lost his life back in that period of time. And of course, the Normans came, known as the Anglo-Normans nowadays. They came and they were around for about 200 years. So a little background, many of that was gone. But they eventually, some of them settled among the Irish and they went back home. It was as simple as that. Same with the Normans. A lot of the Vikings married Irish girls, lovely, good-looking Irish redheads and things like that, you know, and went into farming. So a little background on them. So we learned a lot from them. There were no such things as towns or villages until the Vikings came. And we'll take that a stage further in Glendalough in the afternoon. Is that okay?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, the Vikings lost the battle from the Irish women.
Lost the battle?
From the Irish women. They were tamed. The warriors, and they became farmers from
Irish
warriors.
Oh, they had to look after the Irish. Oh, the Irish ladies, yeah, very passionate they are. Irish redheads are very passionate. We always have good fun with the redheads, you know. An Irish redhead. Beware, gentlemen, beware. Be careful. It comes with a health warning. It really does. I went out with an Irish